Good morning, everyone. It's Richard, and I have Mark Trike and Helen Avery, husband and wife team, and they're creating success with their futuristic marketing modules. And I have them here today just to share a little bit about what they're doing and hopefully to offer all of you some inspiration to create your own success with futuristic marketing. And so, Mark and Avery, welcome. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to futuristic marketing?
I guess I'll start off. We've been online for about 2.5 years, I guess now, and we've got the family dog here with us, Logan. He's saying hello. Mark is a pretty fantastic pencil artist, and when we first got started, we're not really involved with multi-level marketing or network marketing per se. We were more interested in taking his business online as an artist, and how do you market that and those types of things. So we started jumping into programs, and it's a long story, but I'll try and keep it as short as possible. We started by building a website with SBI, and we got hooked up with Ann Sieg and Mike Klingler, and that's how we were introduced to Mark Hoverson way back 2.5 years ago. And we went through a program with Mark Hoverson, leadership branding for direct response, and we went to some live events and we got started. And through that time frame, we had a 1-year-old boy at the time, and now he's 3.5. And I got pregnant and had my daughter Chelsea, and she's this part of the story is hard for us because we lost her on August 25th, and right in the middle of this program, and that I'll get to that in a minute. That in just a minute. But we did actually a coaching program with Jonathan Budd in his group, and we were with a gentleman named Angelito Felix that got us started on our path to Market Your Passion Today, which is our brand. I could put up our little card. Yay. Market Your Passion Today. We have a website and a blog, and we've branded ourselves with our fan page, to Market Your Passion with Helen and Mark, and our goal is to take people who have a passion or a purpose in life, your hobbies, whatever it is that you do, and whether it's MLM, network marketing, a brick and mortar business, you have some sort of piece of information that's inside of you and you want to bring it out and online, you can do that. And that's what we want to help others do with what we've done. And going through this program, we found, we were on and off doing things. I had Chelsea. So when you're pregnant, things are happening. Life is busy. We did have regular full-time jobs at the time. And you're trying to raise toddlers. It's hard. And it takes time. I think the one thing a lot of people do is they jump in and they figure out that they're looking for money to get rich quick, and it doesn't always happen that way. You have to really work hard, and it has to be you putting in an investment in yourself and into the time that you want to, everything that you're doing in order to build a foundation and get that laid first before you can start making money. That doesn't happen for everybody, but that's the way it happened for us. And it took us a long time to figure out what all of the pieces of the puzzle were. So we had bought into these programs, we'd gone to these live events, we've met a ton of people along the way, but we didn't have all the pieces of the puzzle put together. So when futuristic marketing came up, we were like, this makes sense. I understand all of these little pieces, but I've never put them all together. And for the first time, when I saw the software that they were offering to make the capture pages happen in Facebook, and the game that they were going to play with the Alliance games, to have us move through the process with the modules, it totally made sense to me. And I was like, this is perfect. it's a perfect vehicle for us to be able to take all of the things that we have and put them into action and really create that foundation so that we're creating an ongoing business and money happening. So it was a no-brainer for us to purchase the program. It's what they offered for was unbelievable.
Now,
It's
let
worth.
me chime in here, because Helen, she was laying in our bed in our bedroom, and she was going over the videos, and then I was hearing comments like, "This is awesome. We are finally going to find our way." Things like that. Then she went through I don't know how long it took, maybe an hour or so. And then I came in and I said, "How are you doing?" And she goes, she let me listen to the video. And then when we were done, she goes, "What do you think?" I said, "I think it's great. We got to get this." And she goes, "I've already done it."
She beat you to it.
I'm normally not sitting in this seat. I'm normally like this. But it was really a revelation to both of us that when we had such a strong foundation. It's not a program for real newbies.
Well, it can be.
It can be, but there's been some newbies that have really accelerated through it. They've had to have some framework to be able to establish that groundwork.
Well, and I think having the Alliance Games in the groups that we're in, we've had people that have made strides that are unbelievable because they've been able to latch onto people like us that do have a little bit more knowledge, and we've been able to bring people together and move them forward quicker because of it. It's been awesome in that respect.
And on top of that, what Helen's saying is that as an artist, I'm a pretty good artist, and one of the things I always look for is when I look at somebody's artwork and I wonder how they did that. So I research it, and then I find that little piece of the puzzle to put in. It's not, I'm trying to make better analogy is A to Z, and I was trying to find how they got O in there, because I was missing the O. What we were missing was the alliance that we had to make with other people to be successful.
Yeah.
And we were struggling buying programs, but the futuristic marketing really showed us that it wasn't just JBing, it was actually finding people that could help you get your job done. Not just outsourcing, but finding people that can be your partners. And that's the alliance right there. That's what we were missing, and that's what's propelled us up to a new level over this wall that we were always running into. And now we're over this wall and looking at where do we go from here, but we're not doing it by ourselves anymore. We're bringing Leo, we're bringing people that we know from the group saying, "Can you help us get us here?" And she's like, "Yes, I'll help you get there too."
Yeah.
So it's been a remarkable experience.
So to kind of continue on with the story, what futuristic marketing started right at the beginning of August, and on August 24th, our daughter fell into our backyard pool and drowned. And
sorry about that.
I honestly didn't know how I was going to continue when this happened. And it was kind of at a point when we were taking a break with the levels because they were restructuring some things because it wasn't happening quite the right way. So in some ways, I've always said everything happens for a reason. And we had this break going on. And it was almost the 2-week time frame that we needed to deal with everything that happened with our daughter. And I came out of her loss and losing her a different person. I think everybody would in a lot of ways. Both Mark and I have changed immensely because of what happened to us at the same time. And there's this, you hear stories about people all the time, like some major tragic thing happens, or they've lost all their money and they were so in debt, they filed. You hear all these different kinds of stories. Well, for us, it's in order for us to make a shift somewhere inside, it took the loss of our daughter to kind of really, really realize the passion that did lie inside of us, and to really be able to be completely authentic and bring it out. I started posting videos on my feelings of the grief and what was happening to me, and I still am. And I think I've actually contracted, I'm going to write a book about my experiences, not just Chelsea, but my whole life. And it in some ways, it brought our groups together too, from my side of the story. And I came through this saying, I'm not going to lay down, and we could have easily gone into a closet and curled up in a ball and done nothing.
We could have gone different ways.
And decided that's not what Chelsea would want for us, or our family, or so. We're trying to take the positive side of this and learn from it and take from it what reason did this happen, and we're moving forward. And so we got going back, and I talked to my groups. I'm actually in 2 alliances besides my Avocado Alliance. I'm in the Hard Chargers, and both of my groups are in that top 10. And we've come together as groups, and when we hit the level where what level was it? Level 5, when we had to create a product. Well, we didn't have to create a product, but I went to groups and I said, let's create a product.
It was above and beyond.
The above and beyond
portion
to do the 190 hours. I'm like, why should we push somebody else's product in this whole entire thing? Probably what they're going to do. They're going to go out, unless they already had their product in place, they were going to probably push an affiliate product. And I'm like, you know what? It's about us developing our own products in some ways. So I pulled the groups together and I said, let's do it. And that's where we came up with Ka-Chow Marketing. And we had just been to Disneyland. After the accident, we decided to take our son to Disneyland. And that's kind of where the name came from, because we had just seen the Cars movie, and we went to Cars Land and Lightning McQueen, and I'm like, Ka-Chow, what it says. And change things a little bit, and
so Disney doesn't come after us.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna change things, but we did a full on basically mini launch and created a product in a 1-week time frame, and it was crazy.
I remember you guys doing that. I remember you posting in the group that you created this product, that your group created this product in 1 week. Wasn't it like 4 or 5 days or something like that?
4 or 5 days. I mean, we had the idea, and then we put it together, and we did the sales. We did the sales video. We promoted for webinars, and I brought both groups together. So really, my Hard Charger group did a lot of advertising. We set it up so they would have an affiliate link. And then they did a lot of the just promoting for us. They paid a lot for advertising and things. And we ended up doing 2 webinars to promote it. And we brought 92 leads in 3 days, and on both webinars we had 30 or 50 webinars.
We lost you. I lost your voice. Oh. Go ahead, talk.
Okay, you there?
Yeah, I got you back. Oh,
do that.
Yeah. Huh, that's weird. It's going in and out.
Sometimes Skype does that.
Okay. Yeah, you're back again.
So they did the promoting. We did we got the thing together. We launched, and on both of the 2 webinars, we ended up over right about 15 people on both webinars. For our first time, we thought that was fantastic. And there's lots of reasons why, and who cares. We had so much fun doing it, and
that wasn't the point.
Yeah, I mean, even though we wanted to do that for the Alliance, it wasn't the point. We had to take action, and we had to do it, and we did it. And now we're prepared to go in the future, learn from what we didn't do right, because we know we didn't do a proper launch, but we had 4 days.
Well, you should be able to kick butt with Module 7 now.
Promoting a webinar We're going to do this one in 2 days. Our webinar is scheduled to go out to be Thursday evening, so we've got some work to do by tomorrow night. We want to get it done and over with. But it's just been fantastic how it's brought together. It's brought everybody forward, and we're moving forward with our business. And I can say for the first time, I had zero, literally zero on my list, and I now have over 400 people because of the ad page.
You cut out. Yeah, I can't hear you now.
We had a Facebook page. Is it coming through?
Okay, now it is. It's so weird. It's like you totally disappear and then you come right back.
Sometimes that's the way it works.
30 minutes on Skype. Sometimes that happens. So we had a Facebook page, and it only had maybe 100, 150 likes on it. We're up over 500, and now the momentum. We're getting likes every day. We're posting on it. We're understanding how you build an audience on your Facebook and grow that part of the business. We understand all of the forms of advertising through pay-per-click ads, banner ads, doing ad swaps and building a list. I mean, and you now understand the action you have to take on a daily basis in order to build this, to really create an income and a lifestyle that is going to hold us up. In this process with losing Chelsea, we decided to take a leave of absence from our jobs. So we have been able to go full-time with it. And we're happy to say that we're not going back to work. After this, we it's a 3-month FMLA leave of absence that you get from your jobs. We made the decision. We still have left actually on that, and we've both made the decision to tell our jobs that we're not coming back, and we're going to stay home and do this full time. And we've been able to do that with that we're building and marketing.
Very, very cool. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations to both of you, and it's quite admirable that losing your daughter, so many people would just go in the opposite direction. And I have friends who've lost their children, and it's been very hard for them. But for you guys to keep going and moving forward, and you still have a son, you said?
He's 3.5. Yep.
Yeah. You got to be there for him too, and
yeah.
So that's it's kind of weird to say awesome, but it is quite admirable and awesome to keep moving forward.
Hard to say those things, but it's in a different respect. That's what it's about.
You would. It's hard to say that I would do anything to change what happened, but at the same time, so much has happened that I guess it's hard to live in the past.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That we've tried really hard to honor Chelsea and to make her part of our daily life. She's with our journey.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that enables us to take this, me personally, to take this thing in our life and keep it positive and to say, my life is better off now because of not because of what happened, but because of where we're going, and that we can still move forward. And to bring her along with us on this journey is vital.
Yeah.
And for both of us, I think that we've come to that realization in our lives, that in our minds, that she is here with us.
Well, you're honoring and celebrating her memory that way.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, very cool. What do you see the future for you? How futuristic marketing is going to continue shaping your future?
Well, we're definitely going to plan to have a membership site in place where hopefully we'll be able to hold.
Say that again. You've disappeared again. The last thing you said was membership site.
Do a membership site where we'll have an offering of our products that we put together for people, for their information, to learn how to take their passions and get them moving online. I think for me, the biggest thing I really, really want to do, and futuristic marketing has been a good example. Ours is going to be focused on probably more of our is branding and getting people started at the beginning, the newbies, understanding that marketing funnel and all the little foundational pieces you have to have laid in order to get things going.
There's no skipping. There's no skipping steps.
I think a lot of people do. It just, for us, it was so frustrating to keep buying a program after a program, and we were never really 100% told, you have to have at least a website or your Facebook page up. You need to know how to do a squeeze page or a landing page, and whether you do it as somebody outsourcing it for you because you're not technical enough, but you need to know how to at least go get those things and put them in place. Have your squeeze pages, have your autoresponder in place so they know how you build your list and create a funnel for the sale to happen and have your product behind it for your offers. And that, to me, it's a hard piece for people to completely understand how that works, and I want to lay out a program that does that as well.
Can I give you an example?
Yeah.
When we first started, Helen, basically, we moved from Colorado to Oregon with our son, and to be closer to family. And when we got, she said, one day we're walking outside, she goes, Mark, why don't instead of finding jobs, why don't you, since we have an inheritance, and we for a year, without having jobs, but I was worried about it, and so she goes, instead of finding jobs, why don't we start a business? And then she kind of pointed the finger at me and I'll raise our.
What did she say? We didn't hear that.
Why don't you start the business and I'll just raise our child? And I'm like,
okay.
I go out there and I got online and I tried to figure out what WordPress was, what a blog was, and I got there and I did this, and I was following a program to show me how to do this, and I got all the way up to getting the website up and running, and all of a sudden the next module, okay, next thing, put Aweber on, and copy this, put it here, and he clicks it and he goes, good to go.
Is that easy?
I didn't even know what he said. I didn't know
what the heck
is an autoresponder.
Yeah.
But these guys just assumed that people knew. Yeah. And I spent the next month trying to figure out what that one little piece was he was talking about. So that's where, newbies coming in. That's what I was. And I had to find out everything on my own. And that's what we want to help people provide.
And that's what our Cacao marketing is doing. We put together a 7-module system, and it's in its infancy and we'll probably grow from it, but we've put together at least the starting of those steps. And I think we're all going to expand from what we've already done, but at least we've started. But I think all of us were in that same plane. That's what Cacao is, laying those foundational steps and taking people step by step through those little foundational pieces to have them put together with videos. Some of them are longer, some of them are just short 5-10 minute videos, so you could go back to them over and over again and understand what it is you have to do to set things up and get them going. And then for our piece of Market Your Passion, is a lot of it is about what your niche is or your passion, and figuring out how that works into this. What is your product? So all of those things are part of it, and a lot of people struggle at the beginning. They get online, they're like, I'm going to make money online, and they're in, say, an MLM vitamin company of some sort, and they might really love Isagenix, or I can say it's Arbonne. I don't know. I think that's a
heck.
I don't know, Viva. Wherever you're in, all of those people are in the health and wellness industry, say, and they struggle with what their passionate. They want to sell those products, but then they have to really think about, okay, I'm selling these products, but how are people going to connect to me specifically? And they each have a story, but they don't even realize it. And like for me, if I was going to do it, I'm a mother of 2 children. I just finished breastfeeding, and I have a lot of weight I need to lose. So I would probably target a market of mothers who are in my same position and
Right.
take, I'm a breastfeeding mother. I have to be careful of the products I'm taking. I have to be careful how much I do lose while I'm breastfeeding. And then, deal with all of the stuff that goes along with being a mother and losing weight and being happy and healthy, niching it down into that.
Right. And that niche, those niches can grow. Once her child reaches toddler age, I'm a mother of a toddler and 5-year-old, and it just can continue expanding there from there.
About that you're the person that's helping others versus I'm going to give you a product to make you better, because that doesn't work. It has to be about you. It has to
Right.
be about the connection with you and your passion. And for Mark and myself, like I said, losing Chelsea, we've kind of figured that out in our respect for where we're going with this and taking it to help other people with their passion. So
Yeah.
we can take our story.
It's more
and help.
clear.
Yeah, way more clear.
We're not with trying to find our own way.
Right.
Trying to take that new information that we really have and let people know that there's hope for them.
Well, you guys sure have a vision, and I congratulate you on that. For anyone who's struggling out there, or think it's too late to get started with the modules, whatever they're struggling with futuristic marketing, what advice would you give them?
Do it. Take action. You have to just dive in and take it one step at a time. If you're new, go through the videos until you understand the first step. The biggest thing that if you start to jump through it too fast before you understand it, that's where the overwhelm and frustration occurs. So go one is laid out to move you through the modules one by one. And if you're coming into this now and the modules have been released already, so you have access to everything, don't jump forward. Go one step at a time. Learn it and then move to the next step, and you will build your foundation and have it in place, and you'll be fine.
A friend of mine shared with me a prayer, and it's helped me, and I think it can help any person coming into it. Is just that just be cognizant of the fact you're going to be learning lessons, but pray that the lessons come easily, gently, and quickly. But remember, you got to be gentle with yourself, because you're going to learn a lot, and you have to know that you're also going to go those peaks and valleys.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hit those valleys, it can hurt.
And you got to learn to come out of them.
You got to, that's it's not the business end of it that you're finding out. You'll be finding out more personal stuff that you have to deal with too. And that's what building any business is about. There's nothing, when you got from square one, there's no starting from A and then just jumping to M. You got to go to B. You got to go to C. No matter how arduous it is, you have to do it, because when you are climbing and learning, you will fall. You don't want to have terminal velocity to the bottom. You want to have that foundation falling that far, and so you can build yourself back up.
Yeah.
That's what everybody that comes into the system has to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you heard that, everyone. Take one step at a time. Keep moving forward. Once again, Mark and Helen, congratulations on what you've created and where you're going. And your story truly is inspirational, because you've taken a tragedy and you've turned it into a blessing. And so with that, everyone, until next time, it's Mark, Helen, and Richard. We'll see you in the Facebook FM group. All right. Anything
you.
else you guys want to say?
We always say have a spectacular day.
Have a spectacular day.